Hi everyone, welcome today to a short presentation on a product category available from Senso by Luminii. The products I'm about to discuss today are linear extrusion products that traditionally speaking would have been covered by a traditional lens, whether frosted or clear, and then an extruded aluminum channel with an LED array inside. Moving away from that traditional lensing material, these products now are fully encapsulated in a resin material, filling the void inside the extrusion and sealing the LEDs against any environmental contamination such as water, dirt, chemicals from the environment. So not only giving the LEDs themselves a very robust ingress protection rating, in this case 67, but also a IK rating of 10, which is the highest vandal rating a fixture can receive. So the fill layer itself is what fills the void and seals the LEDs against the outer elements. That's meant to really encapsulate and protect them. And then you've got an outer layer or a top layer. That's either a soft cure resin, which is still very robust and still carries the IP67 rating and IK10 rating, or the hard cure resin, which is even more robust, especially against applications where we're expecting vandalism or high abuse locations, able to resist fire and even ignition sources as well. You can see in the bottom picture here on the slide where you've got both a frosted and a clear visual indication of what the finished product will look like. In the katana, there is still some pixel visibility where you can see the individual LEDs. That gets mitigated by using a tighter spacing where you get 34 LEDs per foot, as you can see on the chart that's just appeared, but not necessarily required when we're talking about backlighting a source or lighting in a small valence or cove or something like that. Lumen outputs ranging from just under 200 to the mid 500s are the source lumen outputs. That's before any resin is applied. So referencing the IES files to see the finished light output is always a good idea when you're doing a lighting design. And in the katana, we also have an RGB version available as well. Moving to the next version, that's the trident. This is a taller extrusion, giving us a thicker fill layer. And as you can see on the pictures on the bottom now, you do end up getting a completely homogeneous finished look when you specify a frosted finish. So that means that when the product is turned on, there would be no visible LED hot spots or dark spots on the luminous surface of the fixture. We do get additional lumen outputs now that are available in the trident fixture, where we now have the addition of an RGBW array with 81 LEDs per foot and 364 lumens per foot. Again, that's source before we apply any of the resin depreciation values for absorption. Additional mounting options would include things like mounting with a magnet mount or a rotatable arm to be able to mount the fixture on the side of the facade and rotate it and lock it into place. Taking the trident family further now, you can see where we are now bringing it into an additional application for in-floor or in-grade applications. Both product applications do have different spec sheets, but in purpose of this video, I'm just going to cover them off in one quick synopsis. Specifications are virtually identical in terms of what's available to you. The same trident extrusion sitting up top on top of an additional extrusion that adds additional height. And what that gives us is the ability to have the side screws from the mounting plates mount into that extrusion, giving some control over the finished depth of where the product will sit in terms of its height relative to the finished floor before any concrete or finished floor materials are set. We do exclude two of the lumen output options available. The 17 LEDs per foot are now gone, and we are strictly just offering the 34 LEDs per foot. And really what that is meant to do is give us that homogeneous look, no dots, no LEDs, no dark spots for something like an in-floor application where you don't want to have a dark spot because it's typically more of a direct view application. If you have any additional questions on this product or the applications in which it can be used, please feel free to reach out to myself or anyone on the LSW team. Thank you.